Hey y'all, today is supposed to be demo day for all of the tomatoes behind me, and we are going to try to get to that, but we also have Tropical Storm Albert coming through tonight. And so looking around, I need to harvest whatever I can take out of my yard because I just don't want to risk losing anything to a random tropical storm. So as you can see, it's starting to get a little bit breezy here. I've got my harvest basket, so let's get to it. Now my peppers, I'm not going to be taking out of the system. They will continue to set fruit throughout the rest of the summer and into fall. However, I have to admit that it's time to say goodbye. Even though the tomatoes finally started looking better, it's just too hot for them to set fruit. And I am wasting a lot of money to feed them and keep them alive. So it's time to start over. So first things first, I'm just kind of doing a quick assessment of the yard before the weather turns. You can see and possibly hear the wind is definitely whipping around. Now a lot of things I'm not too worried about. But one of the things I do want to figure out how to protect is my melons. That one's probably okay because it's kind of tucked by the bag. But this guy, I am a little concerned because he's hanging. And I'm not sure exactly how we're going to support that. But we're going to need to figure something out before tonight. Not worried about the tomatoes. Half of these are on their way out to begin with. So not that big of a deal. Oh. I've already got a casualty. My zinnias. Oh, when did y'all blow over? My goodness, we've had days of rain. Just days and days of rain already. They must have fell over sometime last night. There must have been some pretty decent wind come through last night because not only are the zinnias down, but this whole bed looks like it took a beating. It's definitely some wind has come through. First thing I'm going to take is this guy, my Tahitian melon. He feels firm. Doing the nail test, the skin is firm. I think it's time I get it. I don't want to risk, it's pretty heavy, and I don't want to risk any damage to not only the plant, but my trellis, and I definitely don't want to lose it. Tropical weather is just one of those things. It's a trade-off living in the South. Nice. It's very heavy. Now, some of my scarlet runner beans have already dried, and I really want to harvest all of those before the rains come in so that I can save the seed. Now with these, I'm only going to pick the beans that are really dry. You can kind of hear them rattling around, so I know they are ready to be stored for seed. A little bit harder to get off. Some of them are not ready yet. Some of them are beyond ready. But with all the rain we've had, if I don't get them now, and obviously a tropical storm, rain is imminent, I'm going to lose them. I don't want to lose my seed. No. Just hear the wind in the trees behind me. I know it's coming. So I can't remember if I called these scarlet runner beans or sunset runners. These are definitely sunset runner beans, and you can see I grew all of them to harvest them for these big seeds. Now, one of the things I want to do to stay ahead of this rain we have coming is actually plant out some more pumpkins. I have a few already out at my homestead property, but I'd like to see if I can get some growing here. Okay. The first variety is Casper. And then the other variety I'm going with was a generic warty pumpkin. And we will see, hopefully, because all the rain that's coming in the next few days should take care of that for us. Now in here, you can see I've got a bunch of cayennes I can get. I've already made one batch of cayenne powder, but I want to go ahead and grab these so I don't lose them so that I can make some more. Don't want to lose any of these. I will say this, the batch of cayenne powder that I made fresh was so much spicier than any I've ever bought at the store. And I eat a lot of cayenne. It's good for digestion. And we actually have a few more on this side of the bed. I'm gonna grab two. Alrighty. Looking in here. Oh, I got a bell pepper tucked in here. Didn't know that. Checking on my tucked away melon in there. That one will be fine. But I also noticed I have some more not spicy jalapenos that I'm gonna pull. Just because I really do want the plant to keep producing. Now, you can see purple runner beans. Got a bunch of those that I need to grab. I've already pickled one batch. They were delicious. And now it's time for batch number 2. Thankfully, a lot of these are hanging low from my short self to be able to grab. By far, probably the most prolific green bean I have ever grown. They stay really tender even when they get big, which I really appreciate. So I'm only taking the big ones, pickling a batch at a time. I can't get over how much they've continued to set fruit. I mean, we've been well into the 90s, okay? I got some on this side of the trellis. Oh, wow. Yeah. So some of them are really bumpy and almost soft feeling, and I'm wondering if that's because they swelled with all of the rain. Whoops. We got that one opened up on its own. Now, the other thing that I cannot get away from harvesting is cucumbers. So many cucumbers. We have our bird's nest with nobody in it, nobody home. So now I need to get all of them. Not even sure how I'm going to reach all of these, but I'm going to try. Always an adventure. Now, some of these are going to be for me. The other half are going to be for them. My dog is way too interested in the chickens. Boy, it's heavy. It's heavy. Now, the peppers in here I'm not harvesting today. I will probably do a big pepper harvest video soon. And we'll take everything that we have. This plant I lost because the one next to it got really greedy and clogged up the water source. So I lost one in there. But I do have a lot I can come get and a lot more that's about to be setting on fruit. My coleus, I cannot believe, flowering again, year 2, channel mascot. This side of the bed, it's mostly, again, peppers that I would need to harvest. And I'm on the fence about it. I do see some that I probably could get, but because the fence is kind of blocking some of the wind here, they should be all right. And I harvested cucumbers out of here yesterday. So I'm not going to bother with them today because I have enough to process. So I just saw the coolest thing. I thought this nest up here was abandoned, but I just startled accidentally a cardinal out of there. So I guess somebody's using it. Well, I don't know if you could tell, but I'm hot. I've been out here, it's the middle of the day, which is like the absolute wrong time to be out here. But when you're trying to fit everything into one day because of a storm, you tend to just need to get things done. Now, all that to say, I'm gonna go take a quick break and then make an executive decision on whether I want to harvest all those peppers or not. And if I do, we'll come grab them. If I want to leave them, I'll leave them. But we still have to finish taking everything out of here. I was inside about 30 minutes. I did not get a chance yet to start the demo, but hopefully this is just a little bit of a squall coming through and then we'll be able to get out here. Plus, the more I thought about it, the more I think I really should harvest those peppers before the winds really pick up. Alrighty, we got a little break. Sun is out for the next few minutes. So let's get to work. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and just harvest these banana peppers. I already have, like I said, some pepperoncinis that need to be pickled, and I just thought about it and I said, you know what? Let's just do them all at the same time. It is so wet and nasty everywhere. These are actually so big, the plant is starting to fall over. So I kind of missed these the last time I was back here. The first batch that I pickled ended up a little bit sweet, and I don't really care for sweet things all the time. I really have to be in the mood for that. So I'm hoping to make this batch more on the vinegary side, but I think I am going to save my giant Marconis as well. Okay, took everything from here that I needed to take, and not too bad. Nice size harvest we have here. All right.
You want me to just start whacking?
Yep, we're gonna leave the peppers in though. The peppers are safe. And I guess it's the plan of attack. Just snip it and start pulling. Yeah. So I went ahead and handled my chicken chores for the day while my husband harvested what tomatoes were left and started cutting the plants back. And honestly, this part was pretty bittersweet for me. I spent months growing these tomatoes, and losing them without getting much of a harvest because of the mites is just really disappointing. In a perfect world, I'd save cuttings from these tomato plants and keep these plants going. But because the mites can live on the leaves and stems, I'd only be bringing the problem right back into the fall season. So as much as I hate it, sometimes the best thing you can do is start over from seed. All right. Here's what we have left. Nothing. We are on borrowed time, so we just did the main parts today. We still have to come through and rip out the roots from each of them, which I will do, and dispose of them. And then we'll be planting more seeds. Now I do have a bunch of volunteers in here. These are all volunteer tomatoes from a fallen tomato that have come up. I may leave one. Same as, actually, now that we've cleared up some space, we have a bunch of volunteer tomatoes coming up hydroponically. So I'm not sure if I'm going to leave those or not. I know in my next video I'm going to be starting seeds for my fall tomatoes because I'm focused strictly on production at this point, especially going into the fall season. So yeah. Thanks for hanging out with us today. And until next time, stay blessed.